Hello, everybody. Welcome to this second part of electrophilic aromatic substitution of benzene. I am Dr. Urmila Joshi. Given here is my mail ID. In case required, you can contact me on mail. If you like this lecture, please like and subscribe. Let us go to the electrophilic aromatic substitution of benzene. First, we are going to see the Friedel-Crafts reaction. Friedel-Crafts reaction is a term that is coined for two reactions. First reaction is alkylation reaction, known as Friedel-Crafts alkylation. The second reaction is known as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. The alkylation reaction was first discovered by French scientist Charles Friedel and American scientist James Kraft way back in 1877, and that is why the name Friedel-Crafts reaction. Now, what is the reaction? Let us try to understand. This is isopropyl chloride. When isopropyl chloride reacts with benzene in presence of a Lewis acid like AlCl3, what is formed is isopropyl benzene. I repeat, isopropyl chloride reacts with benzene in presence of a Lewis acid like AlCl3 to give isopropyl benzene. If tertiary butyl chloride reacts with benzene in presence of AlCl3, the product formed is tertiary butyl benzene. So essentially, in Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, an alkyl chain is attached to aromatic nucleus. The mechanism, let us see the mechanism. AlCl3 is a Lewis acid. It has 6 electrons in the outermost orbit, aluminium, and therefore it can accept electron pair. So AlCl3 accepts electron pair from chlorine, and this results in formation of a carbocation, isopropyl carbocation. This isopropyl carbocation then reacts with benzene. Just see, there is a double bond over here. Electron pair reaches out for the carbocation. Now, this double bond, one of the bond has formed a new bond with isopropyl group, and therefore this carbon gets a positive charge. Now, this, as we saw in the previous lecture, is an arenium ion, and we have already discussed why arenium ion is stable because of its resonance stabilization. Okay. Now, in the final step, there is AlCl4 in the solution. This AlCl4 attacks this hydrogen. As this Cl is taking up this hydrogen, this pair of electrons shifts over here. And as this pair of electrons shifts over here, the product formed is isopropyl benzene. Okay. You should be able to write this mechanism without looking at it. It is very simple. First, chloride is taken away, resulting in formation of carbocation. Next, the carbocation reacts with benzene to form an arenium ion. Third step, hydrogen is abstracted and results in the product formation, that is isopropyl benzene. Just see, AlCl3 is recovered at the end of the reaction like any catalyst. Okay, so AlCl3 or a Lewis acid is a catalyst. Now, limitations of Friedel-Crafts alkylation. This is very important to understand also, and from the exam point of view also. First limitation, the carbocation is an intermediate. This carbocation can undergo rearrangement leading to a different product. Just see, if you have taken N-propyl chloride and treated it with AlCl3, what will be formed first is N-propyl carbocation. Okay, this N-propyl carbocation will then rearrange. How it rearranges this by hydride shift. As we saw in the SN1 reaction in the first year, this rearranges by hydride shift to get isopropyl carbocation. Now, which one is more stable? The isopropyl carbocation is a secondary carbocation, whereas N-propyl carbocation is a primary carbocation. And so, the N-propyl carbocation is less stable, isopropyl carbocation is more stable. What do you mean by more stable? It has more lifetime. And so it reacts with benzene preferentially, giving rise to isopropyl benzene. And when we were planning to synthesize N-propyl benzene, right? So this is one of the limitations, major limitations of Friedel-Crafts alkylation, that the carbocation undergoes rearrangement. Over alkylation is possible. In the first step, benzene gets converted to toluene, but additionally, it can react with next molecule of methyl iodide and give some multiple alkylated products, which we don't want. Okay, so that is another disadvantage. Reactivity of substituted benzenes is a major concern, particularly when there is a deactivating group. Now, what is a deactivating group? Right now, don't worry. We are going to see in the next lecture what are deactivating groups. But deactivating groups, if they are present on benzene, reduce the yield of the product significantly. And when the deactivating group nitro is present on benzene, nitrobenzene does not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction. So this is a disadvantage. Now coming to Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Look at the reaction. Benzene reacts with any alkyl halide, acid halide in presence of AlCl3 and gives rise to a ketone. This ketone is either alkyl aryl ketone or it can be aryl aryl ketone or diaryl ketone. Look at the reaction. When it reacts with propanoyl chloride, it gives rise to propiophenone. When it reacts with benzoyl chloride, it gives rise to benzophenone. Now coming to the mechanism. The mechanism is similar. Just see, there is chlorine which has lone pairs of electrons. These can be accepted by AlCl3. So, as a result, this bond breaks. Now, an acylium ion is formed. RC double bond O is acylium ion. And this acylium ion is stable because it can exhibit resonance. Just see, if this moves over here, then RC triple bond O is formed. Now this product, although oxygen is carrying positive charge, is very stable because all the atoms have their octet complete, right? Now once the acylium ion is formed, just try to understand, if there are two resonating structures of the acylium ion, the less stable structure is more reactive, okay? So you can show a mechanism with the stable structure also, but this is easier, so I have shown over here. This attacks over here, as we saw. This is an electrophile, right? And this electrophile is attacked by benzene. As a result, an arenium ion is formed. This arenium ion, I have not written here, but just like previous alkylation, the AlCl4 attacks this. As a result, this bond shifts over here and you get a ketone. Now, a ketone group attached to the benzene ring is a deactivating group. Okay, we saw nitro is a deactivating group. Similarly, keto is also a deactivating group. So polyacylation is not possible because there is a deactivating group. Now, why is Friedel-Crafts reaction used for synthesis of alkyl benzenes, aryl alkyl ketones, or diaryl ketones? Okay, these are important intermediates in the synthesis of some drugs. Now, I just now discussed that N-propyl benzene cannot be synthesized by Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Then, how to synthesize it if we want N-propyl benzene? Just see, you react benzene with propanoyl chloride. That is, you carry out Friedel-Crafts acylation. And so you get propiophenone, right? This is propiophenone. This propiophenone, when it is reduced, you remember the reagent that can reduce C double bond O to CH2? It is not lithium aluminium hydride because that gives an alcohol. What is the reagent? Just find out the reagent. Okay. It is zinc amalgam HCl, or it can be hydrazine. The first reagent, if used, the reaction is called as Clemenson's reduction. And this second reagent, if used, that reaction is called as Wolff-Kishner reduction. Okay. Now coming to halogenation. Again, it is simple. Okay. This bromine is, the electron pair is taken up by FeBr3, the Lewis acid. As a result, the bromine cation is formed. This bromine cation is an electrophile and it reacts with benzene. Once it reacts with benzene, it forms bromobenzene, HBr and FeBr3. Chlorination can be achieved in a similar manner. I am not writing the mechanism again. Fluorination requires a different reagent because fluorine is highly reactive and gives poor yields of monofluorinated product. If fluorine is used, so a different reagent is used, which is known as abbreviated as FTDABF4. Look at this. There is a quaternary ammonium nitrogen to which fluorine is attached. And so when the bond is broken, this bond breaks this way and fluorine cation is generated. And this generated fluorine cation reacts with benzene in a similar manner to give fluorobenzene. Likewise, iodination is also carried out using a different reagent. Iodine is not very reactive. It does not easily generate I+. And we want an electrophile to react. And so a strong oxidizing agent is used. The strong oxidizing agent like H2O2 or CuCl2 generates an electrophile I+. And then the mechanism is just the same. Nitration, this is HNO3 if you realize, HN and O3. This reacts with sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a very strong acid. It accepts a proton from sulfuric acid. Now, OH gets converted to a good leaving group and leaves generating a nitronium ion. Now, when a nitronium ion is generated, this is an electrophile because it can accept electrons from benzene by breaking of this nitrogen-oxygen bond. Okay. Once the electrophile is formed, once the electrophile reacts with benzene and arenium ion is formed, the next step is the same. something to attack the protons. So the protons are attacked by traces of water which are present, and this results in formation of nitrobenzene. Same is the case with sulfonation. This is sulfur trioxide or oleum. Oleum contains sulfur trioxide and H2SO4. So sulfur trioxide accepts a proton. Look at this, the structure, of protonated sulfur trioxide. Now, protonated sulfur trioxide can act as an electrophile by breaking of this bond. The benzene ring attacks over here, the bond breaks. This results in formation of an arenium ion. It is just the same. The resultant compound is benzene sulfonic acid. What is the characteristic of sulfonation? Just remember, sulfonation is the only electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction that is reversible. That is, benzene sulfonic acid can be converted back to benzene by boiling with dilute sulfuric acid. The applications of it we will see in the next lecture. Now, here are some of the questions. Writing answers to these questions will help you master the mechanism of the reaction and essence of these reactions and their application. Okay. So, thank you so much.